How's it going, guys? Mecha-san back with more Watch Mojo reaction videos. And we got the top 20, because there's so many here of recent years, worst video game endings of all time. And they set the bar, yeah, good, very good here, with the thumbnail being referencing the Mass Effect 3 ending. Which again, yeah, the extended cut made it a little bit better, but I go green. I go green. And I do wonder now, how will they choose the ending there? Like, how will they tackle that with the new Mass Effect game announced, which is set to link both Andromeda and the Milky Way? And I should stop right there, otherwise we'll go on a rant here. But yeah, we got that here. And starting off in like the first 2 seconds of this video here, sorry. Oh, just had dinner. We got Metal Gear Solid 2: Sons of Liberty, which I gotta wonder. I'm pretty sure the ending has to do with timing and everything, because yeah, there was a entire section here they had to cut out because 9/11. If they do a remaster, and in the future, in the future, of course, will they bring that original cut content back inside? I mean, yeah, it's still too soon for, yeah, if Rick and Morty avoided that, then yeah, no, we're still too soon. But give it a few years or so, maybe another 10 years, maybe enough time has passed, I don't know. Or, nah, we got long memory. So yeah, look, these are a lot of video games here of all time, so there's gonna be quite a few here that I have never played. And I got no interest in playing. So spoiler for me, but I don't care. However, if it's a game that I do want to play, and I have it in the pile here, and somehow I've gone the entire time without being spoiled, I will skip over this. But I also know some of the other games that I know very well about are going to be on this list, because, again, Mass Effect 3, mentioned. I'm pretty sure the ending of Halo 2? That was, yeah. Let's take a look.
Things to do first.
Oh, wow.
You need to talk to.
People you need to talk to.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down.
They went the green ending, huh? Yeah, techno-organic. Ah. Yeah, the true ending of KOTOR, from what I hear.
I'm proud of you.
This was just, yeah.
Thank you, sir.
And this should have been ended right here. Never beat it, but I don't care. I mean, I already know the ending. I know this ending's been on. They have tackled worst endings in video game before.
Kill her or let her live. You alone can decide, and you will decide for all.
You will decide for all.
We'll be looking at
The Borderlands.
blew our minds by just how bad they were. As you might expect, be on the lookout for a whole
I got
load of spoilers.
Don't even talk about that one. That's when we
Number
get
20,
there.
Batman: Arkham Asylum.
Say, he looks all run down. Let's
Has this been on a list before? Because yeah, this is. Keep in mind, this isn't the first time Watch Mojo has tackled video game bad endings. Worse endings in video games here. It's like normally they've separated it with. They split them up between like the decade or so, like the worst video game endings of the 1990s, 2000, the teens, like sometimes from video game publishers, stuff like that. Like the worst endings in, say, Ubisoft games, in Blizzard games, Square Enix. Take your pick. But of all time, I just said that like the what, like what, like this is what culture gaming. But yeah, this ending. When I played this game, I was excited here. I've been thinking of going back to it and playing this game on the highest difficulty again, just streaming it. But my God, yeah, it really does not make much sense. With Joker, like with Venom and stuff. I mean, I like how Batman. Yeah, he tried to do that to the Batman. Batman like take the shot right there, and he used the antidote on himself here because he does not want to go through that. He's already technically in the comic book. I know he early on when he first encountered Venom, he thought about trying to use that for his crime fighting, and actually injected himself with Venom, and oh boy, yeah, he did not like. He had to be quarantined for like a week or something like that. At least from what I recall.
As awesome as Arkham Asylum is, the generic ending totally ruins the long-established relationship between Batman and Joker. The Joker has never been a brawler. He's always relied on his psychotic, warped, and fiercely intelligent mind. He gets off on teasing and one-upping his greatest nemesis.
Arkham City fixed that.
Would be dumb enough.
Which is why Arkham City did a good thing, like a nice fake out there with Clayface.
And had the Joker pump himself full of serum, which greatly enhanced his size and essentially turned him into Bane. It's the most
pretty much, yeah. I mean, it's his Venom formula just modified.
At the expense of the Joker's character.
Modified with using plants and stuff like that. The Titan. That was fun though when we just literally knocked his head off and a few teeth.
Middle Earth. Shadow of Mordor.
I have heard about this ending, but this game, Lord of the Rings game, and
this game is great.
Don't really interest me. I know they're making a Gollum game,
and abruptness.
but yeah, I'm not big on fantasy here. There are exceptions to that, but
going mano a mano with Sauron, perhaps the most famous villain.
I want more fantasy versus sci-fi. Seriously? Seriously?
It sounds amazing, but this game managed to bungle it with an unchallenged, straightforward boss fight and a horribly anticlimactic quick-time event. It's pretty telling that fights with various war chiefs and their minions were more exciting than the one with the Dark Lord himself.
Yeah, I think I heard that as well, and I'm looking at this, what they're doing with what?
Developers continuously cop out by utilizing quick-time events. We have no idea. Number 18, Fallout 3.
Okay, this one.
Going to have to go in there and turn the damn thing on.
Yeah. I have this game for the PlayStation 3. I haven't beaten it, but I know this ending. It's been referenced so many times. It's been on not just Watch Mojo or Watch Culture Game, or just it's been on a lot of other people's personal lists. It is stupid. Especially when you've got a companion there, one of those mutant characters here. It's right here. You can see the arm right there, and they're immune to radiation. He's intelligent. He can just go in there and what the heck? I mean, what was the story behind this, Bethesda? What happened to you? Like, how could you let that slip? It's like, wait. I mean, did no one in the development board, your development crew said, but can't we get some of our companions? We can do that, right? I mean, one of them can be immune to radiation, and I know they finally fixed this ending here with Brotherhood of Steel here, but how this got out with no one questioning or seeing this. What did they think we'd be happy with the whole? It's not the destination, it's the journey kind of thing. It's like, because seriously, if that's what they were going with, they missed the point entirely here.
Whoever whoever does it isn't coming back out. Not exactly how I imagined going out, you know? So, what should we do?
Guy right in the corner.
If the fight with Colonel Autumn wasn't bad enough, Fallout 3 continues its descent into disappointment with false choices. All three choices portrayed your character in a heroic light, more or less, which would completely contradict those who wanted to be evil. Regardless, each choice ended with a bang, literally, and your untimely demise.
Okay, I like stories where I always play the hero and stuff like that, but I try to be the smart hero, not the dumb hero. Come on. Although, couldn't I have like radiation immunity or something like that, or resistance with?
Any quests you have,
I forget.
you could kiss your progress goodbye. Fallout 3 ends your game as soon as you complete the final mission,
Yeah, like
forcing you to start a whole new game. At least
that was dumb.
Steel DLC fixed this flaw and allowed us to return to our old saves.
Enclave soldiers, okay.
Number 17, Fable II.
All
Wow, this one brings me back.
crushed under the majesty of the spire.
Yeah, this is one of the few exceptions in fantasy games that I have played here. I never played the first game. I played this one to completion. It's like got everyone's like and although I played it back then, I didn't think it was this any was bad here. But again, this was long ago here, my first Fable game. What do I know? What did I know at the time? But looking at it now, it's like yeah. Then the ending choices, stuff like that here. Do you take the money? Do you resurrect everyone who died? Or do you resurrect your faithful canine companion? Well, I went with resurrect everyone who died, and then I decided to do. But I wanted my dog back here because I love my dog. So I found a prostitute, brought her in, and did the whole process to bring back my dog. Sacrificed her, a little bit of evil, selfishness. Because after everything I've done, let my character be selfish. It's only human.
Choice can be a wonderful thing, but what happens when every option is kind of terrible? At the end of this fantasy role-playing game, the hero of Bowerstone stands victorious over the evil Lord Lucian Fairfax after a seriously anticlimactic standoff and innumerable lives lost in the process.
Yeah, if I play this game again, it's like,
Interfere.
shut up.
Oh, I thought it'd never shut up.
Okay, that made it worse.
The Seeress Teresa has the power to
The
grant
Seer.
one wish. She can resurrect the innocent people lost in the conflict, revive the hero's family, or gift the hero with 1,000,000 gold pieces. No
The hero's family. I thought it was just a dog. But yeah, and after this, she tells you to get out. Wow.
No matter what choice you make, something of greater value is lost.
The world is yours to enjoy, but the spire is mine. Be gone.
Number 16.
We got
Assassin's Creed 3.
That's what we'll talk about here.
My people.
You have saved this place, as was your people's purpose, and that matters most.
Sometimes it sucks to be a hero. That's probably what modern assassin Desmond Miles was thinking
Yeah.
when two godlike beings presented him with a choice at the end of the 2012 game Assassin's Creed 3.
Free her.
Yep, pretty much.
Juno dwells within these walls, awaiting release.
And I know they did something with Desmond in Valhalla because, why did I try to avoid spoilers, thumbnails, and everything? Really just. But yeah, like, and Nolan North has gone on and say they had up on the original script here where Desmond will become like the ultimate assassin, having all the skills he acquired with from Altair, the immense skills from Ezio, and what he learned as Connor, as Rasenhageton. It could have been something, but they changed it up. Like, well, I don't know. They changed it because they were trying to meet, I believe, yeah, they were trying to make the whole like Mayan calendar thing, just for that here, but clearly they were also suffering from the yearly cycle release here. In fact, looking back at gameplay, there were signs of that all the way back in Brotherhood. But I won't get into that right now here because I plan on actually playing the original Ezio trilogy, and I do mean the original games on the PS3 right here, live streaming, and to make my point. But yeah, they would say otherwise, but I would say as well here, like, the yearly release schedule and the fact that they rushed the game out to meet this Mayan calendar deadline kind of crap. They bet. I mean, again, I don't know much. I still don't know the entirety about Valhalla, but it better have brought back Desmond somehow.
I will explain.
Desmond is told that he can either sacrifice his own life to activate a globe-spanning shield that will repel oncoming solar flares, or he can let the flares hit and become a messiah that inspires a religious war.
Let the world burn!
The latter option is incredibly stupid.
Yeah.
Desmond elects to give his own life, in the process, leaving the world's future uncertain.
Yes! I gotta admit, and you had a good...
Number 15.
The thing is, you left off on a decent cliffhanger. I mean, Juno was free. She was in the gray. She had planned on trying to return to physical form. It's like, okay, let's kick this off here. Let's see how Desmond will he does final words here. Like, the assassins will try to stop her, and they did. In a comic book tie-in. It's like they had no clue where they wanted to take the Juno storyline because the original writer, storyboard, whatever, I don't care. They left the studios like, we don't know what to do here, so let's just finish the story in the comics and move on to do a new stuff. You got a bunch of other storylines here, like how about Finding Eve? That story arc, remember that one? Where is Eve? Although from what I hear, again, it seems, again, Valhalla is in a way trying to become more interconnected. There's a lot of interconnecting with AC3 and Valhalla from what I hear. So clearly they're trying to go back to... But again, I'll have to play the game on the pile over here to be sure.
The Order 18.
I do what I must to protect.
Sequel bait ending.
Only for a right to live. That's a lie!
One of the first exclusive games for the PS4,
Yeah.
and it ends with a whimper.
Oh,
Our
yeah.
werewolf-killing hero Galahad has just bested his former ally Lucan and can regain his status among the titular order. Only,
Nope.
surprise, Lucan's father and Lord Chancellor of that same order comes along to kibosh the plan.
I never meant this life for you. You knew.
Yep.
I've always known.
It's kind of a nice sentiment right there.
And remain in disgrace to protect the status quo. We're not...
Yeah, like, okay, yeah, the Lord Chancellor... It's a cliche story, by no means. I mean, yes, he hunted down the werewolf, the lycans and everything like that, but he sees, yeah, this one here who, he is but a boy. He is but a child, innocent. He hasn't done anything, so what does he do? He adopts him as his own here, tries to teach him right from wrong here, be more than just his instincts and what have you, blah, blah, blah. It's not a bad thing here, especially for the time period it's set in, like this alternate Victorian era steampunk Victorian era 1800s London here, where we got equipment made by Nikola Tesla and such, and Arthurian legends and all that, but yeah. And I would play this game again. And I will admit I am interested in Sieg, how they continue the story, but I seriously doubt we'll ever get a sequel. if anything, this game proves that this could work as a TV show. And considering they're making a lot of TV shows like of Assassin's Creed, The Division, like Splinter Cell, the biggest Splinter Cell TV show. Oh yeah, the Resident Evil, Infinite Darkness movie gonna come out here. Not to mention the actual live action movie, the new live action movie that had nothing to do, thank God, with Paul W.S. Anderson. Yeah, sure. Why not give a TV show of this? I'd watch it.
Sure whether to be shocked or angered by the story turn, but we're certainly not feeling amicable.
But yeah,
this also leaves the door open for a sequel.
Martial law declared and everything. Blah blah blah. Yeah, even I saw this game. It's like, what are you doing? This is such. You are really like sequel baiting hard here. It's like, you think that you believe this game would be a bestseller or something, like a system seller or what have you, but no, it wasn't.
Don't you know? I'm Galahad, no more.
Number 14, Alone in the Dark.
So, here's the man who walked.
Never played.
Light. Was it a pleasant walk? You're really starting to
Never played this game, but I heard the Sci-Fi Channel movie adaptation was like, oh god. Why did that look like Isu technology?
Edward activates the gateway, drawing out Lucifer, only for Sarah.
Interdimensional gateway. Lucifer?
You alone can decide, and you will decide for all.
Whether the player chooses to shoot Sarah or spare her life, someone is always possessed by Lucifer, and no one we care about goes home happy. Then there's the dialogue.
So was his first free act.
Number 13.
Really?
Command and Conquer 4, Tiberian Twilight.
She needed.
Bought it. Still in the plastic wrap. If you know this channel here, if you've seen enough of my videos here, especially when it comes to games, stuff like that here, you know that I love the Command and Conquer series. I remember playing the original Command and Conquer game like crazy with those little pixel like model, the pixel graphics and little model toys, stuff like that, picking up ore, the gold, and the little jewels for the refineries, building my tanks and such like that. I love me the Red Alert games here. They're crazy. I mean, the Soviets got killer squids. The Allies got attacked dolphins. 3 was my personal favorite because we had the Empire of the Rising Sun, who, in my opinion, is the best side here. Not only because it's Japanese, they got Mecha-Tengu, they got like the mechs here, but big thing here, no one betrays you. It's like what everyone else pretty much universally agrees with. No one in the Empire betrays you. Like, there are people you think will, but they don't. Because that's not really a thing. That they will have show resentment, but they will not dishonor themselves with treachery. Even so, yeah, and George Takei as like the Emperor. Like, I love that line. And I like the ending of that game here with father and son pruning a bonsai tree together and everything. It's aw, and I get my own little fiefdom. I love that game. And then Command and Conquer. Oh, Tiberian. I remember so much here, like Cabal, Firestorm, playing as GDI and stuff like that here. The bad ending where you play as Nadia, where they destroy like Philadelphia. And now this game, which, oh boy. I love all the actors, the actual actors they get here. Like, you had freaking Darth Vader as like the head of GDI here, the Secretary of Treasury here. Like, like James Earl Jones. Like, get Edward Olmos. I would love to have seen like Admiral Adama play like a an actual GDI admiral here, leading a small like flotilla of ships or something, like, or Air Force, or I don't know, but that would have been cool. Like that's the thing. Like I want another Command and Conquer Tiberian here, just for the possibility here. I mean, you already had a Cylon at one point. Yeah, the character who played the actors who played Boomer. The number was it Model 4 or 5 Cylon? Yeah, Boomer, Athena, that kind of stuff. But why not just have Edward Olmos, or the guy who played Colonel Ty? You got Starbuck. I don't care. I mean, you had a Stargate character in there, so Samantha Carter's father, who was a Tok'ra, by the way, in case you're wondering. So yeah, just give me more. And this guy, and I know this guy here, the actor, is still alive and well here, and he's aged well, from what I hear.
Did her hatred of me to become
Maybe somehow bring in Abel, because this guy is apparently the actual Cain from Cain and Abel, from what I read.
Your true purpose.
Two paths to choose, one inevitable outcome: disappointment. Whether your character, Commander Parker, chooses to ally with the Brotherhood of Nod or the Global Defensive Initiative, all roads lead to the Nod-controlled Skrin Tower. Kane, the Brotherhood's leader, asks Parker to use his ocular implant to open an interplanetary portal and let the Brotherhood leave Earth.
Yeah, there was another fucking Skrin. I forgot about that. Yeah, because the Skrin were a factor at the end of 3, and this one, like, where are they? Skrin no more. And I know they had plans for an FPS game. Tiberium one? Well, yeah, just called Tiberium. Supposedly would have dealt more with the Skrin and everything. Probably the same way, in the same vein as Renegade. Doesn't matter now.
I'll find her. You get to the portal.
Doesn't matter, because Westwood gone. EA. Ugh.
Decades-long war after being fatally wounded by his own former commanding officer. Poor guy didn't even get to see the fruit of his labors. Also, after years of being the pioneers of FMV cutscenes, this last bit seems awfully cheap, especially for 2010.
Yep. And we get no more Command and Conquer games ever.
Super Mario Bros. 2.
Thank you, EA.
This one gives new meaning to the phrase, life is but a dream. Imagine this. You've just faced off against the evil frog King Wart, and you're now being treated to the heroes of Super Mario Bros. 2, enjoying their success. Suddenly, the screen shifts to that of a sleeping Mario, and the message is clear. The game
was all a
dream. Not only does that undercut the feeling of victory, it's also ridiculous in light of the game introducing certain iconic enemies and characters into Mario canon. Number 11.
What the?
Human.
You do not drink.
Oh.
I drink up.
Oh. Ho, ho. Ooh. Boy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I gotta look for it. But I know I still have my copy. And that's gotta be worth a lot of money now. Or something from what I heard. Oh, boy. This is one of the first games I had within the first year of owning a 360. If I remember right here. I remember having trouble with Grendel. I had no idea how to play at the time and stuff like that here, but I still remember the ending. Yeah, Baldur. First of all, I like how they focus on Baldur there, less Slightly, we all, when we associate the Norse god, we think Odin, Freya, Thor, Loki. That's it. That's it. We know a few there, like Heimdall from the Thor movies, stuff like that. But Balder is really the fact. No one really knows Balder. I didn't know Balder, so when I heard those interviews, stuff like that, here telling just how important Balder really is, it's like, yeah, he made a good character. He would make a good character for a video game here. Show the importance of this lesser known god. And it ended on a it's a bit of a sad note, and again, a sequel bait, because we had Loki who was still free and everything.
Lad, there is much mourning to be done.
We'd really appreciate some clarity on this one. Two Human ends with the Aesir Corporation, cybernetically enhanced versions of the Norse gods, celebrating their victory over evil. All except the undead god Balder, who's wary of his comrades' attitudes.
Wife, my life all gone. You raided Helheim to recover my body. My death started all this.
Your murder. You had died too early, too young.
Although the official ending is a muddled mess, there's also a cliffhanger after the credits that teases a sequel. Which we know now is definitely never going to happen.
No.
The final words left on screen only add to the irony.
And I feel like play this game again.
Before he can orchestrate another attack upon Asgard.
Number 10, Outlast.
Oh, come on.
Considered to be one of the best survival horror games in recent years, players were left cowering in fear as they frantically tried to survive against the inhabitants of Mount Massive Asylum. From its controls,
Mount Massive Asylum,
pace, and of course its unforgettable antagonists Chris Walker and Dr. Traeger, Outlast seems like the whole package. So what went wrong?
What the?
Well, after finally taking down Project Walrider, it looks like our poor protagonist Miles is home free, only to be shot down by the military, who have conveniently stormed the place. This just seemed to cheapen the experience as a whole, though it was thankfully remedied by its equally thrilling DLC, Whistleblower.
Equally thrilling deal. So the DLC was that bad as well, huh? I mean, was he being sarcastic or something? And
Number 9, Borderlands.
Yeah. This one has been on so many worst of lists that...
And interacting with some truly memorable villains like Handsome Jack. Yeah, that all came in the sequel. The first game, on the other hand, wasn't quite as polished, evidenced by the final boss battle against the Destroyer, which in itself was not that great a challenge.
I mean, you think the first game felt more like a tech demo for like the whole means of making like the bazillion different guns, stuff like that.
More than a verbal pat on the back from the Guardian Angel to show for it.
I like how they connected the Angel to the second game as well here, like the whole point where even Jack went like, okay, now tell him this.
Number 8, Halo 2.
There we are!
No, Arbiter. The great journey has begun.
Do we need to see this one? I mean, can I just skip this? I don't know. I'll keep it here. I mean, there's no spoiler, but we all know this one. Like, it's Borderlands. So, alright, after Borderlands, and then this one here, it's quite clear that the next entries will be ones we all know, all expect, all have seen in previous, like, worst of lists, so... In fact, this may as well be their top 10 or something like that from a previous video. A previous top 10 worst of video games ending the list or something like that.
Back on with immense fondness. With so much world building and endless hours of shooting down the likes of the Flood, we were expecting a finale that was nothing short of explosive. And what did we get?
Master Chief, you mind telling me what you're doing on that ship?
Sir.
Makes me wonder if one of the other games will be here, like Halo 5.
As it looked like we were in for the battle of a lifetime, we got one of the biggest cliffhangers ever. The Chief may have promised to finish the fight, but the rest of us were ready for it then and there.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. And you hear some of the other stuff here.
Mass Effect 3.
Number 7?
You did good.
Okay, I gotta admit, now I am interested here. Because Borderlands Halo 2 and Mass Effect 3 as 9, 8, and 7.
No,
Oh.
we're talking about the massive light show that fight against the Reapers and left players wondering if all of it was worth it. After finally activating the Crucible, the player is presented with 3 choices: destroy, control, or synthesis.
Yeah.
The energy of the Crucible will and the
Synthesis, because, you know,
mass relays.
techno-organic here. I didn't hate beast machines as a lot of people do. A lot of people did, but
Contrasting options might seem like a good idea at first. The execution was what disappointed Mass Effect fans.
yeah, I guess
While we
that's
got
the best way to
Shepard
say.
Bite the dust, the galaxy light up in one of 3 colors, and yeah, that's about it. At least the extended endings gave us some much-needed closure.
What else do we know
And-
about the Shepherd?
Just what we have in the archives.
This is okay. That was if you get like the don't take any of the endings from the extended cut, because you know if you do stop the Reapers, it's Buzz Aldrin. But yeah, it's like I wish they could have gone. They should have gone more. You're like, what can we do now that the galaxy is techno-organic? What are the capabilities? Okay, Monkey Island 2.
6. Monkey Island 2, LeChuck's Revenge.
My God, you're my creepy brother Chucky.
What? Did you think I was kidding before?
This is it. Time for Guybrush Threepwood to take down his pirate nemesis yet again in a showdown that future generations will still speak of. Surely the sequel to such a beloved game would not pull an absolute cop-out that would undermine the characters, story, and all the effort put in by the player. Well, it does.
Okay.
And during the final battle, LeChuck is revealed to be a child?
What's going on?
We're scolding you for running off. Your mother and I were very concerned.
Before we have enough time to register,
Okay,
this,
that's sad.
The entire game was a fantasy thought up by 2 children. Talk about pulling the rug from under our feet.
I think this game in a list before, but yeah.
Know what kinds of murderers and ne'er-do-wells might be hanging around a place like this?
Number 5. Ghosts and Goblins.
Never played it, so
Infamous for its unreasonable difficulty spikes, the perilous quest of Sir Arthur to save his princess from Satan left many gamers pulling out their hair. Not only from the never-ending waves of ogres, demons, dragons, and other monsters, but
I know they're gonna be a remaster or like I don't know.
And then there's the ending. After overcoming the Lord of Hell, you're told the whole thing was an illusion, and if you want the happy ending, you have to play through the whole game on a higher difficulty. All of that controller smashing you went through was all in vain.
Yeah.
Number 4. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords.
If it matters to you at this last moment, I shall look into the future and tell you of what I see. It is my last gift to you, from one exile.
Yeah.
Coming off the heels of the triumph that was KOTOR, the sequel...
But the end, see, yeah, what people call, and I would even call the good ending, would be where we join Krata and everything and try to get people to be away from the Force, blah, blah, blah. But that alone makes it quite clear that that could never happen, because this will spark a bit of a fire in the comment sections, but once you're connected to the Force here, do you really think you can just leave it like that? Even if you become a wound in the Force? No, you are... No cutting the strings. No cutting your strings here, sorry.
Certainly had a lot to live up to.
Everything you do is all...
And the choice to embrace either the dark side or the light, the ending
preordained.
suddenly came out of nowhere. After defeating Darth Traya, we're rewarded with a long-winded narration of the decisions we made and what's going to happen in the future, and that's it.
The Republic will fall as it always has. A fall that will take millennia.
Yep.
Under the care of the herds of Ithor, the surface of Telos will bloom again.
This rather abrupt ending was due to the fact that EA rushed the game out the door to have it ready in time for a Christmas launch.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And modders trying to reconstruct the planned content that ended up being scrapped.
And it's EA. What do you expect?
Number 3, Metal Gear Solid 2: Sons of Liberty.
The memories you have and the role you were assigned are burdens you had to carry. It doesn't matter if they were real or not. That's never the point.
The Phantom Pain also had similar issues, mostly due to Konami's interference and editing of the final product.
Yep.
However, as much as we adore it as a game and as an entry in the MGS universe, Raiden's solo mission did not exactly end on a high note. By this point, we had faced off against Dead Cells.
Yes. Solidus. Yeah. Yes, go streaking.
The likes of Solidus Snake.
Yes, your adopted father who killed your parents.
The Patriots? All the creepy codec messages? Without the benefit of hindsight and later sequels, we were left scratching our heads with this one.
When did it happen? Well, about 100 years ago. What the hell?
Number 2, Sniper: Ghost Warrior.
In position. Target's in sight. Awaiting green light.
Green light's yours. Terminate.
Don't think I've heard this game.
We weren't under any illusions that the ending of this game was probably going to involve some kind of epic sniper shot, though we were at least hoping for something added on, like a cutscene or an extra piece of dialogue, really anything to make it seem like a coherent conclusion.
Mission accomplished. Get out of there.
Anything but an instant cut to black. We're not even joking here. One pull of the trigger and the game decides to just call it quits. There's leaving the player unsatisfied,
okay,
and there's just slapping them in the face.
If you can get there in time and hide in one of the trucks, it will take you near where Rodriguez is being held.
Got that. On my way.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings
I get nothing.
and switch on notifications.
So it's number 1 here. What do you got? Number 1?
Number 1, No Man's Sky launch ending.
Yeah, I guess we can stop here. Like, we reached the center of the universe. We reach the beginning, where the epicenter of the Big Bang, and zoom out. Back where we started. What? I have not played this game. I have heard that they, due to patches, additions, and what have you, they're still doing it, that they saved this game, which is, it became a whole thing here where, okay, can you pull a No Man's Sky? Can you No Man's Sky? Will this game do a No Man's Sky? It was the whole thing with people thought, could Anthem do a No Man's Sky? And we all know that didn't happen. Sadly, obviously the pandemic and the quarantine pretty much slowed down BioWare's work at that, so pity. I did like Anthem here, just flying around on my javelin here, my storm javelin, calling down lightning and such. Occasionally using the Colossus to just run over people, or Interceptor's blades when going ultimate. Yeah. This game pissed a lot of people off when in its launch day.
While
Galaxy Center
games on this list may have had disappointing or in some cases just plain awful conclusions, at least they concluded. The same cannot be said of the original release version of No Man's Sky.
Mm-hmm.
After managing to venture all the way to the center of the galaxy,
center of the galaxy, yeah,
all the
of the universe,
and mining your way through similar-looking planets would be worth it, you are greeted with your final reward. Absolutely nothing.
Just we zoom out. New galaxy discovered.
The galaxy flashes before your eyes as all your progress is undone, and you realize that what was supposed to be an epic journey was nothing more than a colossal waste.
Commencing system suit initialization.
In the mood for more...
Oh, shit. No. Did not mean that. Did not mean that. You can turn it off now. Oh, boy. Yeah. that was, I think No Man's Sky launch date was the ultimate example of they were trying to go for the whole, it's all about the journey. And when one journey ends, a new journey begins. Okay, that kind of worked for the game Journey, where where I played that game, I streamed it, I enjoyed. That was the whole point. The journey, just exploring around, reaching there, maybe meet up other people and such along the way, and yeah. But that was a short game, very cheap, and it was all about just enjoying the nice calm music and stuff like that. There was no real fighting or anything like that. There was avoiding some obstacles and deadly situations, yes, but it wasn't. But those were few and far between here. It's all about just enjoying the walk. Like, I could just play that game and just walk all the way here. Just go left, go right, go back to where I started, everything like that, and just everything. But that was the point. A game like No Man's Sky, it's like when you establish like a set goal, if you will, or get to the center of the galaxy and everything and what you get is nothing but starting all the way back from the beginning. Oh wow, yeah. Which is why it's amazing, miraculous even, that it's made such a turnaround since launch. So yeah, those were the worst video game endings of all time. Wow, some of these brought me back here, like Too Human. Whew. No surprise that the Order 1886 was there. Command and Conquer, Tiberian 4, Tiberian Twilight. Oof. Boy, oh boy. Yeah. The first one, of course, were Arkham Asylum. Yeah, like I remembered enjoying that ending, but now by going back to it, knowing more and everything, it's like, yeah, I would not be able to enjoy that anymore. It's like, what? Which is why, again, Arkham City fixed that big time. Fable II, wow, yeah, it's like, I'm reliving the memories of that. That give me flashbacks, like, wow. I think even back then I saw a bit of how bullshit that was. Oh boy. So yeah, everyone. Any other endings you think they should have added to the list here? I'm sure people would say, "Why don't you add Halo 5 or something?" That ending was stupid, or maybe not that stupid. Not compared to Halo 2, where it's like a literal cliffhanger. So yeah, so I'm going to comment on what you all thought. Like and subscribe for more. Till the next one, this is Mecha-san. Thank you for watching. Good night.